Hey, how's it going? Let's talk about September. How was your September? Did you have a good time? Did you read a lot of books? Yeah, that's good. Okay. Well, let's go over what I read because I read quite a few books. I'm very proud of myself because, you know, I was just getting back into reading in September and I was a little nervous. I didn't think I would do so well, but I actually did really good and I actually did a lot of good reading this month. I want to talk to you about it and see how everybody's feeling about it. Let's go over the books I read in September. And again, thank you for being here. And if you like this video, I would, you could comment, you could even like it, you might even subscribe, but that's up to you. No pressure. The first book I read in September was My Fault by Mercedes Ron, and I enjoyed this story. It was okay. I think I liked it because I watched the movie beforehand, and so I appreciated the story. This is going to be a stepbrother, stepsister trope. Only thing that kind of gave me the weird vibes with this one is she's 17 and he's 22. So it was like really weird. But in my mind, I just aged her up a little bit. I did try and start the second book of this, and she does have a birthday in that one. So she's 18 in the second, but she's 17 throughout the whole book in this one. So it was just a little weird. It was just a little strange, but that's okay. She's basically picked up and moved from her life because her mom met this really, really nice guy, and not to mention he's also rich. So that helped. And they got married. And so Noah, her name is Noah, she had to pick up her life because her mom's like, hey, we're moving in. We're moving in with your stepdad now because they have a really nice house. And he has a son. And the son just never met him before. You've never seen what he looks like, but you know he's there. And when you meet him, he's a looker. He's also kind of an asshole, but that doesn't matter. That don't matter, okay? Anyways, I liked it. I liked it because I watched the movie beforehand, so I kind of knew what to expect. In my honest opinion, I think the movie was better. So, yeah. Then we moved on and we went into a thriller. It's If You Tell a Lie by Lucinda Berry. I love Lucinda Berry. She's one of my favorite authors. I always have a very good time reading her books. It is a camp thriller, and it's a past-present thing going on here about these friends. And something happens at the camp in the past that is now being brought to the present. Shit's crazy. Shit's a little crazy. It's a little questionable. That's all I'm going to say about this one. I don't want to ruin anything. So this was a really good time. I always love Lucinda's books. I did give this one a good silly little 4 stars. I did also want to keep going with Lucinda. See, when I get in my Lucinda moods, I'm on that road and I'm still gonna go. I'm gonna just keep going. So I had never read A Welcome Reunion by Lucinda Berry, but I love The Perfect Child by Lucinda Berry. That's my favorite Lucinda book. And so I was like, you know what? I have 50 minutes. Let me go ahead and just read this short little book real quick. It's just a little short story after, a few years after The Perfect Child. And if you don't know what The Perfect Child's about, it's about this kid. And this kid is just not what you think. This kid isn't the sweet, innocent kid. This kid is crazy. So it goes on after, I think it's about 10 years after The Perfect Child. This family had adopted her. Some crazy shit happened in The Perfect Child, and it goes forward 10 years after that crazy shit that happened. So that was a good time. That was a 5-star read for me. I had a really good time reading that one, and yeah, that was just a really good time. I always enjoy Lucinda. Lucinda's books just always are the best. Then we did The Nanny by Lana Ferguson, and I loved this book. This was a really great book up until the freaking end. The end of this book just seemed so unnecessary. Like, why after all this time After all this time, was that really necessary? I didn't think so. I really didn't think it was necessary, but I'm not the author. It took it from being a 5-star to a 4-star though, in my opinion. I still really enjoyed it. She's on OnlyFans and he watches her and he has a daughter. So it's single dad. It was so good. I liked it up until the end. The end was... I'm still a little upset about that ending. This one was a 4-star. I still had a really good time with it. But yeah. You win some and you lose some in the end. Oh gosh, the next one. Hunting Adeline. You know what? I really enjoyed this first part. This first part was very thriller-esque. I enjoyed it. I was having a really good time with it. And you know, it was like keeping me on my toes. I was like, oh my god, what is gonna happen? This poor woman, like what is next? What is going on? And then you got to the second half and I literally was trying not to pull my hair out to end this. This was hard. The second part was hard. I was having a really hard time getting through the second part. I didn't like Sade. I didn't like him, but I finished it and I gave it a 3. Would I recommend this to my mom? No. But it was okay. It's not anything fabulous. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? You get me. You get it, right? You get it. I think you get it. Okay. This, yeah. Oh, ooh, this next one was so fun. I had such a good time with this one. The Butterfly Garden. This one was so good. This is a thriller. This guy kidnaps women and takes him to his butterfly garden, and it was so good. That's all I want to say because I don't want to spoil anything because I really want everyone to read this. I had so much fun reading this. It was so easy. It was on Kindle Unlimited and it had the Kindle audio on it, so it was just such a nice experience. I had such a good time. I was fully immersed in that one. I gave that a 5-star. There was no doubt in my mind that that was going to be a good book once I read the synopsis. Once I read the synopsis, I was like, dude, this is going to be a good book. I gotta read this. And it was just there. It was there, so I had to do it. It was just there. So I had to pick it up. It just sounded so good. The next one, also, it was another horror thriller. I did Brother. This one was interesting. It had so many different things happening into it. I actually felt really bad throughout this story for this guy. He's literally in a family that are unaliving people and he's like, I don't like this. Why am I here? And honestly, bro, why are you there? Like, that one was good. I gave it a 4-star. It was very, the ending, oh god, that ending was so, god, that was just a lot. That was a lot. I still think about it. It was kind of crazy. Then I read Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey. I had been getting this recommended to me because I just wanted something that would make me, pee my pants laughing. And this one might have done it. I didn't pee my pants, but I was having a very good time. I was laughing. It was just a good time. I was enjoying myself. He's a professional golfer and she's his fan who ends up having to work for him eventually. And it was so fun. I had a really good time reading this. It was cute. It was fun. I had a great time. The nickname's cute. I mean, it was cute. Better Run by Alina May. Better Run by Alina May. I have beef with this book. I have really, really, really bad beef with this book. This book, I really thought I would like it because I'm into dark romance and I like the kidnapping tropes and stuff. I had beef with this book so bad pages fell out. This was just... I don't really know how to explain it. She gets kidnapped by two guys. It's supposed to be a wide shoes. I got to the last 70 pages and I finally said, enough is enough. Put it away and never pick it back up. My mom went through my unhaul because I did an unhaul because I decided to change up my bookshelves. And she picked up this book because this was in the unhaul pile. She picked it up and I instantly screamed, "No!" Put it back. I DNF'd it. I didn't read it. It just wasn't good. The Song of Thyssia by S.J. Styles. This is a very high fantasy, multiple POV. It was so good. Like, this world that S.J.'s created in her debut, by the way, this is a debut, was amazing. It was such an experience being in this. It was so much world building and it was so much character growth and just understanding the characters. It's a duology, so there is going to be another book coming out. I do want to see myself getting to know these characters more because I became very invested. My 3 book boyfriends are in here and I'm just wondering what's going on. The second book, what's going on? But this was a really good time. I love this book. It was so fun. The cover's just stunning. Like, you cannot tell me you don't like this cover. It's a beautiful book. It has a beautiful story in it. I can't wait to continue on with this duology once the second one freaking comes out. But yeah, this was a great time. I do suggest if you want to read it, you might want to have a little buddy reading it with you. Because then you can like feed off each other and bounce off each other, and because it gets a little confusing. There's a family tree. There's 2 maps, okay, which I'm not a map person, so it wasn't a huge deal to me. But the family tree, I went back and forth very often to that family tree. So I suggest that. Maybe having a little buddy might help you out. Oh, then I did Little Stranger by Leah Rivers, I think is who wrote it. That was a surprising surprise. It was really good. I had a really good time reading that book. I was really surprised because Hunting and Better Run, I was like, oh my god, do I not like dark romance anymore? And I do, because I liked this one. This one was a good time. Malachi doesn't talk, but he talks. He talks, but he doesn't talk. You know what I'm saying? Do you get it? You get what I'm saying? I don't know if I even get what I'm saying. But okay, anyways, moving on. Really good, 4 stars. Ending was kind of rushed. Ending was a little bit rushed. I think the second one, I think it's a duology. I think the second one just came out, so I'm interested. Might be interested in reading it. All the Little Raindrops by Mia Sheridan. This one was so good. I really like Still Beating. A lot of people compare this to Still Beating, and I'm comparing it. It's very similar, but this is more thriller. This is way more thriller. These 2 people get kidnapped and they're put in cages and they're having to work together. It's a good time. I had a really good time. I finished this really quickly too. It was on KU as well. And I think it had the audio on KU, so hello, why haven't you picked this up yet? This was a good time. Thriller, suspense, romance. It was good. There were a lot of surprises in this book that I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. I was so happy to pick up Bewitched. This was so fun. Memnon is like one of my new book boyfriends. He is awesome. This book's so unserious with the writing though, so don't go into it looking for a masterpiece. Go in it for the vibes, because the vibes are there. And it's good. I think you'll like it. She's a witch, he's a sorcerer. She's got amnesia. She don't remember anything. And he does. Take that with what you will. And there's familiars. Familiars are really cool in this book too. It's a good time. I gave this a 4 stars. I read The Games Gods Play by Abigail Owen. and I should have DNF'd it. I didn't like it. It wasn't good in my opinion. It wasn't good in my opinion. Everybody else is eating this shit up. But I am thinking about returning it because I didn't like it. It's a Hades retelling. I should have known going into it. I've never been on these retellings for Hades and Persephone. I've never been huge on retellings, but like this is like Hunger Games with gods, but there was so much unnecessary stuff that was happening in this book that it was just kind of like 600 pages of what? Like, literally, this book is 600 pages. It could have been 3. Not for me. It's a no. It's a no from me, fam. Finished the month off with Bend by Roxanne. This is another indie published author. This is a sci-fi romance. The characters were fun. They were driven. They each had their own things going on. It was kind of insta-lovey, which like I can appreciate sometimes. It was fun. I had a good time reading it. It's 300 pages, so it was a little quick read. It's on Kindle Unlimited. Check it out if you're into sci-fi romance. I'm not a huge sci-fi person. I still gave this a 4. It was still a great time. I had a good time. So thank you for watching and thank you for being here, and I will be posting more often on YouTube because I don't know if the TikTok thing's for me anymore. I plan to do a popular book talk books video soon to tell you if they're even worth it or if they're overhyped. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, like I said earlier, you can. That would be really cool. Okay, thanks, bye!